Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good
So,
evening, sir.
today's objective, you all know, to do a review session. That means all the sessions we have undertaken under decision making. I start today. Uh, I'll start decision making. Then tomorrow we will do planning, and Monday we will do procurement policy. First of all, I would like to get your clarifications you need. Under which sessions you need clarification. I'll give couple of minutes for everybody to look into your sessions and memory, and I would like you to raise questions under each session. That is more comfortable for me to do the review session. Anyway, this is, I think, Mr. Kamaladasa's presentation, procurement decision making. I will just look at that. Mhm.
Excuse me, sir, is the screen is sharing?
It's not shared.
Yes, sir. Now
Sorry.
it's okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for this inconvenience, right? Anyway, everybody, I would like for you to raise questions under each session. I have done couple of presentations. This is number one, except Mr. Kamaladasa's one. That is a general one, right? It's a general decision making. Uh, this is introductory part, right? Introduction to bid evaluation. I think we have discussed bidding procedures, different bidding procedures, single envelope, two envelope, two stage, etc. I think you are familiar. Um, then under different procedures, different bid opening, and what information is disclosed to bidders, and what envelopes are open at the bid opening under different methods. You should be very comfortable and clear about the different bidding procedures, because bid evaluation starts with basically bid opening. No? So bid opening shall be organized based on the bidding methods or bidding procedures, because some information is not disclosed at the bid opening. For example, under two stage or two envelope, you all know, but you must be very clear on that. You can ask question. Then secondly, this is very important. I very clearly explain all the stages and activities of the bid evaluation process. After bid opening, I think I have concentrated the new guideline also. So earlier guideline, the second stage was not there, but I now our guideline is issued. It is the effective guideline from 1st January 2025. Anyway, under this 8 methods we have mentioned, eight stages we have mentioned: collection of information after bid opening, preliminary bid exam. This is very important stage. You should be very clear on this, because this is the practical aspect of bid evaluation. If you are sitting as a member of the technical committee or procurement committee, especially technical committee, now bid evaluation committee. New name is bid evaluation committee. You should know the objective of preliminary examination. I will ask questions later. And after that, we go to detailed evaluation. There are a number of steps in the detailed evaluation until you arrive at the lowest evaluated substantially responsive bidder. So then still the process is not finished. You'll have to handle various appeals during the standstill period. Okay. Sorry, this should go to 7, should go to here, something mistake. This must be 6. Okay. Enable editing. Something mistake, huh? I think you know that. This is number 7. After post qualification only we will select. There is some mistake. Okay. Then finally, evaluation report and final recommendation. So I have given this diagram also without the first stage, bid opening, examination, detailed evaluation, post qualification. Finally, we select because we have skipped the other 2 stages, and report also we have skipped. But these are the very important steps you should know. So before I go to the second presentation, evaluation part 2, this is another very important thing. You should know very clearly, all right, at the bid examination, you should be able to identify the major deviations and minor deviations. There is in between situation that is called debatable deviation. That means at first sight we cannot decide whether that is a major or minor. We have to discuss, we have to inquire, various things are there, and ultimately there must be 2 division, either major or minor. You all know minor deviation, that means you should not reject the bid. That minor deviation may be commercial or technical. Commercial or technical. Again, there's another thing, that deviation perhaps has some financial value or sometimes no financial value. For example, I think we have discussed many examples. Some deviation you need not to worry about the bid price because it has not impact to the bid price. Therefore, you can just ignore whether commercial or technical minor deviation which has no financial value. But if there's a financial value in the next stage, that means detailed evaluation stage, you must load. That is very important. Otherwise, I always mention you must compare apples with apples, not apples with oranges. You cannot compare 2 different bids that should come on the same basis. Right? So whatever it is, my concern is you as participants, not only the master graduates, you as public officials or company officials, when you are evaluating bids, this principle is same principle. I think you can even use in the private sector also. You should be very clear on whether we can accept this bid or reject it. So I will ask question again later, but if you have any question, you keep in mind and ask me later. So that is deviation part. I have given some 3 points also to distinguish major, minor, whether that deviation affect quality, functionability, performance, violate the procurement rules or any other rules, whether such deviation give advantage to one bidder or disadvantage to another bidder, which can't be financially assessed. If it cannot be financially assessed, it is become a major gain. right? So all points are given for you to understand the difference between major and minor, which is very critical. It is very, very critical because when you open a bid, whatever the method you follow, international law, national law, even shopping, you won't get much information like that. Anyway, all contracts, either goods or works or services, you may get many bids, but ultimately you have to select only one, and you have to reject many bids because those are not technically responsive or commercially responsive. That means there are some major deviations. I told you very clearly, don't worry about too many major deviations. If you find one, that is sufficient. If you find one major deviation, that is sufficient to reject that bid. Don't look at additional points. Don't look at additional information, because if it is uh, one major deviation is there, you have to reject that bid. That's all. And also you are very clear, if the bidder asks why my bid was rejected even at the appeal stage, you can say your bid was rejected because of this. That is enough. So that is another very important point you must keep in mind. You should not look at all his details to identify what are the other errors or other deficiencies. If you found one, enough. In order for you to do a step-by-step process in the preliminary bid examination, we have given you two steps, step 1 and step 2. That is also very critical, right? Step 1. Okay, somebody is trying to ask a question from me. Okay, so I am
නෑ එයාට කොත්තු කන්න පුළුවන් පිටර අප්ප කන්න බෑ. නෑ කට පෙරන්න. ඉන්පුතේ
somebody,
තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ.
oh, please off your mic. Right. So all things are related to deviation. Right. All things are given facts for deviation. I have done some case studies also. Right. Evaluation case study. Okay. Now I will give you an opportunity to ask any question. Any question. If unclear to you regarding the bid evaluation 1 or part 1, please ask question. I'm telling you, your knowledge will be tested at the examination, and you have given an assignment also covering all the aspect of bid evaluation. Not only this, and more than that, you have answered many people have answered very well, except 2 or 3 people, because they have not concentrated. I don't know whether they have participated in the program or not. Whatever it is, generally okay. I'm happy about the performance of participants. I will give some time, couple of minutes, for you to raise question in the this presentation. Then we can discuss some possible questions also. No harm. But I am not giving you the exact question, but possible areas that will be tested. Anybody can ask question, please. This is a review session, right? That is not a lecture. Please ask question because time is running.
Sir,
Yes.
This is not relevant to bid evaluation part.
Okay.
Who is considered as the head of the department related to departmental procurement committee?
Head
Is
of the
that
department is the department head.
that means procurement manager?
No,
Maybe?
no. So if you are working in a government department,
Yeah.
head of the department is the accounting officer, right? Who will be appointed by the treasury as the accounting officer. Under accounting officer, there may be many officers, deputies, additionals, procurement officers, etc., etc. Right? Under news arrangement, chief procurement officer is also there. But he is not the accounting officer. Accounting officer is the head of the organization. In department is that. In corporations also, there's a small problem in corporations, statutory bodies. Some corporation, they have chairperson who is a full-time chairman, working chairman. That means, for example, CTB, Ceylon Transport Board, and Ceylon Electricity Board. They are considered as full-time chairman. He or she will be the chief accounting officer or head of the organization. But in some organizations, I also have worked in many government statutory bodies as a treasury representative or director. But for example, Civil Aviation Authority. Civil Aviation Authority chairman and we are the board directors. Chairman is not a full-time chairman. He also comes like us once a week or basically once a month. We have a meeting. Once a week we have a meeting. And chairman also comes once a week or twice a week maximum. But Director General, Civil Aviation is the full-time officer in charge of all activities. He is the accounting officer. That means that should be cleared from the treasury. There's another department called public enterprises. Who is the accounting officer? Who is the head? Others are supportive officers. Understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Please ask question relating to your subject matter if you have any unclear area. Anything?
Sir, can you explain the difference of the single stage two envelopes and the two stage two envelopes with example?
Hari. Okay, we'll go to that. You want single stage, single envelope or two envelope?
Two envelope.
Right. This is one. This is single stage two envelope. Single stage two envelope means some little bit complex project. That means we must look at the technical aspect differently before we look at the price. Before we look at the price, we must look at the technical aspect. For example, if you want to buy as an information system, for example, we discussed that now under bidding document, information system. So you have your technical features, technical specifications. You give that specification for bidders to bid. You first look at their technical compliance before opening their commercial or price proposals. Why? You cannot straight away purchase that. For example, if you want to buy computers, that is also an information system, no? But you can straight away buy that. If you give the specification or laptop or various technical things, then there is no harm. There is no much difference between different bidders. Everybody is giving specific standard product, right? There is no much their involvement or their development. Those are developed by manufacturers. Therefore, don't need to look at technical aspects separately. You can call single stage, single envelope. Right? Once you open, you see their technical features as well as the price. No problem. If you buy vehicles also, all equipment generally okay. But there are some equipment like not only information system, various other, even complex works also sometimes, right? Turnkey project or design and build, right? Before we look at their price, we must see whether they are technically okay. That is the meaning of calling two envelope single stage bidding. At one stage, we call both proposals, but we open differently. Under two envelope, single stage two envelope, we always open only the technical envelope first here. we call technical and financial proposal under different envelopes. They must label technical separately, financial separately. Then we close the deadline. What we do? We open technical first and we do the technical evaluation. After the technical evaluation, some proposal we reject. They are technically non-compliant. Those are not suitable to us. Then we return their proposal later, unopen their financial proposal. We are not worried about their price. Those who are technically okay, only we open their financial proposal. For example, if you have received 9 bids, out of 9, 6 bids are technically non-compliant. It is not suitable. Then we don't worry about that 6. We have only 3. Only 3 we ultimately select, evaluate, and we want to see their prices only. So what we do is we open 3 financial proposals and finally we decide. All technically non-compliance bid we will return later after we sign the contract. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question? Please ask question. I want you to ask question rather than I'm talking. This is your time. Any other clarification you need from this presentation? Are you very clear about the evaluation stages, activities? I'm telling you.
Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, this regarding the new procurement manual.
Okay.
Still, it's we can find on the internet. It's working draft. So
No, that will be
when
over
viewing
by
the
1st of January. That will be over because there are some small technical, not technical language issues and things like that. Don't worry, this is almost done. This you accept this as it is. Don't worry about that. Anyway, you get most probably 1st January the final copy.
so during the examination, we will use the same
Yeah.
new
During
procedure and new
examination,
manual.
you do the draft and everything. No worry. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you,
There is
sir.
no drastic changes anyway. No changes. Only language issues. Some language translation, Tamil and Sinhala translation, things like that. Okay. Any questions regarding? Okay, what I want to say is you will be tested. Your knowledge will be tested. I'm telling you directly. To explain all the stages and all the activities very logically, very sequentially, until you arrived or until you come to the lowest evaluated substantially response will be. So you should be able to give your answer very concise manner because your time is limited now. I think you have to answer 5 questions. Basically only less than half an hour you have. Only 20-25. Then you should have a very concrete knowledge in your mind. That's why I'm always talking you the steps, right? That should be on your fingertips, right? So I'm giving a hint. So please be prepared to answer any question you will get how to, the evaluation process, basically. Clear?
Sir,
Okay.
regarding transparency of
Okay.
the procurement,
Okay.
there are some OECD information. There are a lot of slides.
Yeah. Lot of
that,
information. I gave you some information, right? OECD information.
Yeah. I want to know, is there any questions from OECD for exam?
No. We are not asking any question from OECD.
Okay.
I'm telling you, right? We can ask that will be not coming under this module anyway. That will come under policy principles paper, right? Different with principles, evaluation principles, right? But we are not explicitly asked any other institutions other than the guidelines. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other question regarding the first presentation ID? Okay. Shall we go to the second one?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Regarding the bid opening committee,
Okay.
after completing opening the bid, who is the responsible for that bid documents?
Who is the responsible person to what?
Bid documents.
Bid document?
That means that we open the documents.
Open after this document, what shall we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have very clearly explained, and also in your new guidelines and new manual, we have mentioned that all documents should be handed to whom?
Project entity.
Yeah, where is the project entity? Which entity then? You are working in a department. Entity means Chief Procurement Officer of the PMD. Don't forget about that. So far, there is no single officer. We say project entity or the Chief Accounting Officer. But are we going to give the head of the department? No, he is not ready to accept this this thing, right? He can't accept those things. So this up to now we didn't have such an arrangement. That's why in our new guideline, new manual, we have mentioned the role of the PMD. One thing is all the committees also appointed by through this PMD on behalf of the organization head or secretary of the ministry. You have to, or the bid opening committee chairman should hand over this document to head of the procurement management division. That means it is similar to handing over to the head of the department. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please read. Please read the new guideline and new manual regarding this area, because earlier guideline there is no specific person to hand over. Your question is correct. Yeah. Ask.
So in 2 envelope QCBS system,
Okay.
you give marks to
QCBS?
the,
Wait.
No, two envelope system.
Yeah.
You give marks to the technical proposal.
Okay.
Then you open the financial proposals.
Okay.
Then how do you combine the marks in technical proposal marks and the financial proposal?
Yeah, I think I gave you a formula. Can you remember the formula? I can remember. Bid price B equals, anybody can remember? P above the line or denominator, numerator, P lowest, P low. Denominator price. Anybody say A's price is under the line, lowest price is above the line. Into X. X is the percentage we allocate for technical. Sorry, price. For example, 80%. Plus T below the line or denominator, T highest T, to above or denominator, numerator T in within bracket 1 minus X. Can you remember? If X is 80, technical marks is 20, right? That is the formula. You look at my presentation.
Okay,
right?
thank you.
Any question? Please ask question, because this is your evaluation session. 2 sessions are there. We'll see the other session. I think, okay. Any question? Because time is running, we can discuss. We have to discuss.
Sir, sir, please, can you give some example locations bid evaluation committee can reject the bids? Some example? Yes, sir, please.
1,000 examples I can give you. Why are you asking that simple question from me? Tell me others, please. At least 10 points, give me quickly. Can you remember? Bid examination, step 1, I have given 7 points. Can you remember?
F1 is preliminary
Yeah.
bid examination in the absence of bid security.
Yeah.
And,
No, wait. Bid absence of security amount, number 1. What else? Security validity period, number 2. No?
Yes.
Regarding security, you can give 5-6 points. Security amount insufficient, number 1. Validity period insufficient, number 2. What else regarding security only? Tell me. If the security is not given, no? What else?
Conditional security.
Huh?
Conditional bid security.
Conditional security. Oh, the security form is completely different from our prescribed form, because in our prescribed form is a on-demand first written request. That means irrevocable security to be given. That means bidder cannot withdraw that. That is the point. Okay, there are 5-6, and original security should be there, and security should be there at the bid opening. It cannot be received after that. There are 5-6 points, the security itself. I have given 7 points. You got 5 different rejections in the first point. Okay, what are the other points? 7 points. Second point, to reject bids. The person who asked that question, please, or anybody can help me.
Bid form not signed.
Yeah, bid form is not signed or not signed by an authorized party. No. Authorized party is not just a signature. I have explained very well, and I request you to look at the new manual. We have given all the different situations under partnership, single proprietorship, or company who should sign. If the proper person is not signed, we have to reject. Okay, that is number 2. Any other points?
In the case of joint venture,
Yes.
absence of joint venture agreement.
Not necessary. We are not asking joint venture agreement. That means they should give a letter. They are intent to form a joint venture. That is enough. Okay.
Okay.
And all the partners should sign. Joint venture partners should sign. Otherwise, they should give a power of attorney. No. Okay, that is signature. That is number 2. Any other points you can raise?
Eligibility.
Eligibility, yes. We have given in the bidding document and the notice who can bid for this. Another point. Legality. Can you remember? Bidder has any legal issue. Oh, for example, blacklisted bidders can't submit bids. That is one. There are many other things, right? What another point? Please. I think all those must be in your head now.
Delivery period.
Delivery period, yes. If it is a significant difference, no. If a small difference, that committee can decide it is a minor deviation. No. Conditional, can you remember? Conditional bid, if the bidder has put any condition, we reject that. And required documents, legitimate documents are missing, we reject. That means the person who asked question under step 1, there are many reasons we can reject. But step 2, it is quite different. You must look at their commercial things and technical things separately. If there's a major deviation, we'll have to reject. Now, are you happy, the person who asked the question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if you are not asking question because I want to discuss other presentations also, now you clear about this one. Now we go to part 2. part 2, my presentation, basically detailed evaluation. Then the second part, I expect from you, please keep in your mind, I expect from you at the examination the detailed evaluation process, that is step by step is okay, but that you cannot step change. That should be in the sequential order, right? That is number one. The very important thing is I have discussed here the bid evaluation principles, right? Okay, bid evaluation principles are applicable to preliminary examination also, both. Please keep in your mind. You must be very clear this area. What are the bid evaluation principles? How you decide, right? In our new manual, we have given all the principle under different numbers also. What is principle number 1, principle number 2, 3, etc. So please go through the manual to understand, in addition to my note, to understand if you have any doubt, right? But I have given enough information, right? Detailed evaluation is another area you should be very familiar, right? So you know, right? But what I want to show is, yeah, these are the steps. Conversion to common currency, treatment for unrealistic bid, after sales service, various, I think I have given numbers here. Exclude VAT, correction of undetected arithmetic errors. Here I have given principle 3, principle 2, same in the manual, because I gave this in the manual because for officers to have one similar opinion. Otherwise, some people know about the principle, some people don't know. Some people know half of that. Oh, they are not very clear, the principle. We have given very clearly in the manual, these are the principles. My question is, in the detailed evaluation as well as the preliminary examination, you have to follow the principles. Principle is a principle. How you apply, say, for example, discount. Yeah, application of applicable. The word we have given, applicable discounts, right? That means all discounts you can't apply. Look at principle 4. Correction of arithmetic errors. Correction of errors. Look at principle 3. Similarly, yeah, adjustment for inland transportation. How you can do? So various principles are given, and here conversion to common currency is another principle, and domestic treatment to, what is that? Where is that? Alternative bid, another principle. I have not given. Principle is there. Where is that? Domestic preference. It is also there. Should be there. Huh? Okay. Please look at our manual. That will give more comprehensive information regarding the principle and the steps. I'm asking you, secondly, be very clear on the detailed bid evaluation process and evaluation principles, guiding principles, right? So very concisely you must be able to explain. That is another 2 things. Any question regarding the part 2? This is all about the principles and detailed bid evaluation process. Here, discount. This is the principle. For example, discount principle is discount should be unconditional. Second is discount should have been disclosed and recorded. Discount and recorded all at the bid doc. Otherwise, we cannot. Clear? So then how you adjust for minor omissions? I said apple with apple. So there should be a basis. What is the missing item? How we load the price? Lowest price, so average price, so highest price, so different things. Right? So that is another area I want for you to concentrate. Here, detail between adjustment. Replacement cost plus 20%, 25% admin cost. That means if item is missing, if that item to replace, you can get from the market price. And in addition, you have to load another price because you have to purchase that separately. Your admin cost. Average cost or maximum cost. I said you never the minimum cost. I can tell you. Never the minimum cost.
Sir,
Yeah.
can contractor ignore the prime cost when it's mentioned in the bidding document?
Can contract what?
Ignore the prime cost when it's mentioned in the bidding document?
What do you mean by prime cost?
If we mention some furnitures, we mention for 60,000 as prime cost for the furniture. As example,
50,000?
table.
No, I couldn't catch you. What do you mean? We want to purchase furniture.
No, I mean in the construction bidding document.
Okay.
In the furniture items, we mentioned for table, for table, the prime cost is 60,000.
Okay.
So when contractor submit their prices, they have to consider about the prime cost, no? Like
Okay. Okay.
60,000 plus their overhead.
Okay.
That is the normal procedure, no? So can contractor ignore that prime cost and as example, 60,000 is prime cost, but contractor submit for table as 40,000.
It doesn't matter. Under construction, what we look at is under rate contract, we look at their rates, no? The rate should be competitive. We can put 40,000 or 100,000, we don't mind. If ultimately the total construction price is the matter. If the total construction price is lower and other things are okay, we select it. We don't worry the prices he has given inside. And also, can you remember under construction, if some items are missing, but what is the rule? Some items are missing. What we do? Some small items are missing. For example, furniture is missing, for example. Are we going to load that one? Please answer. Anybody can answer that? Some items are missing in the BOQ under construction contract. Evaluation committee should do what?
So for evaluation purpose, we have to load it.
No, not always. Can you remember in the bidding document itself, it says if some BOQ items are missing, we assume that items are covered from other BOQ items and deemed covered from other BOQ. And bidder, if bidder is selected, he has to complete all items without an additional payment. We load if the item is a significant thing, right? If item is a significant thing, and also if it is not a reason for rejection, because we cannot expect bidder to do everything free, no? So small items, big items we cannot ignore. That means we cannot expect bidder to do free of charge. Under that situation, you are correct. Generally, I am talking the small items, those are missing, doesn't matter. We don't worry about that. Okay?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So there are
Yeah.
the disadvantages for other bidders, no? Like
What is the disadvantage?
when other bidders they
Okay.
consider the prime cost and they calculate the table price 60,000 plus overhead.
Okay. No, I understand your question. Don't take seriously. I mean, that is a simple matter. For example, the person A has given low price for prime cost as you suggested. His ultimate total cost is say 10 million. The other bidder whose prime cost is normal, say 50,000 or whatever, his price is 11 million. His price is 11 million. Which bid we will select? 10 million one. We don't worry whether that prime cost is 40 or 50. He has to provide. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah, we are not giving additional payment for him. You are clear on that?
Yes.
Yeah. For example, in a construction contract, some small BOQ item is missing, completely missing. He has not priced for that. We understand that evaluation committee. What we should do, as I mentioned, we just ignore that. But he has to complete that. If the contract is given to him, he cannot ignore that. Even though he has not priced that, he has to complete that. That condition is covered from the condition of the contract. If you look at the document clearly, it says small items are missing. We assume that deemed covered from other BOQ items, and bidder has to complete without additional payment. Okay? Any question? You are clear on the number 2? Part 2. Okay. Now we go to another one. What is that? We'll go to bid evaluation method. Under bid evaluation method, we have discussed, I think there are different methods. Lowest price method, price plus other, that is the normal method we normally use for all procurement, almost all procurement of durable goods, engine, pumps, everything. This one, life cycle cost method, right? Merit point is another thing. I said it is not a good system, but this one. So if you can explain how to do the life cycle costing method, I have given some ideas in the guideline and manual. Especially we have given some, but especially those who are interested in, I suggest you to look at the World Bank bid evaluation guideline or guidance. They have given more information about the life cycle costing. But anyway, we also have given the evaluation tool under tools, how we can consider different aspect of life cycle cost. So if you are interested, that is another area or questions you can expect from the exam, right? How to do a life cycle costing. All right, you see here. I think I have, yeah, this one, yeah. This is the acquisition cost, all are ownership cost. Life cycle costing and ownership cost, total ownership is the same thing, not much different. So here we can apply to various construction work and goods work, but should be high value, not small value things. We can apply this all complex formula. In our guideline also, this time we have requested ministries and departments and corporations to report us the life cycle costing or the value for money, right, report, right, value for money report regarding high value procurement. At this stage, we have put only 750 million. So in order to ensure value for money, that means that is life cycle costing is a good method. So value for money, we have given a formula and contains economy, efficiency, effectiveness, and equity, 4 dimensions. If you read carefully, you will understand what the meaning of life costing, and these are the tools here, various tools we have discussed. Calculate life cycle, estimate the life of the good, choose an analysis method. There are various analysis. List all financial cost and benefits. Cost, not only cost, benefit also we must consider. And I explain you as a case study also, if we have a future cost and benefit, supposing it's a high value, say medical equipment, or say cancer scanning machine, those are very expensive, more than 200 million, 300 million. So such a valuable equipment, for example, even works you can follow, it is not right to consider only the acquisition cost and select the lowest bidder considering the technical aspect and financial aspect, our single stage or two in love, right? You must consider during the lifetime of the lifespan of the project. For example, 20 years or 30 years, I don't know, depending, what are the operational cost? What are the fuel cost? What are the spare part cost? And various other costs during 20 years. And what are the benefits at the end? For example, the scrap value. After 20 years, some equipment has some value. So all cost and benefits you must consider. Using the commercial practice, you can get that. And you have to discount that using a discounting factor. Because future cost, you have to take the decision today, no? But regarding after 20 years something, the 20 years 1 million is very low if you consider today. Present value of after 20 years 1 million may be 100,000 if you discount that. It's a discounting formula. All things are relevant regarding the life cycle costing and value for money aspect. If you look at adjust figures in inflation, adjust figures inflation if necessary, means we have to discount here. Adjust figures for discount. Determine the uncertainty of these project figures. All things are there. So I'm just telling you, life cycle costing is another very important area we discuss under this evaluation module, right? This is formula for net present value. Initial cost here plus sigma K1 to Kn, number of years, 1 to 20 years. this RC rehabilitation cost or operational cost for 20 years. 1 plus I is the discounting factor. I is the discounting, say 10% or 15%. NK period, 20 or whatever. 1 upon this one. Then you get the NPV of this plus this cost is the NPV. We take a decision considering the highest NPV. If we have 3 bits or 5 bits, we calculate all technically okay. Then we look at their price, consider the NPV. So that is a good system. And you can, I request you, those who are interested, look at our manual also, but it is not necessary, sufficient, because we expect to issue a separate guidance note under value for money, including life cycle costing. Life cycle costing is used many areas, but in your case, I suggest you to look at the World Bank or ADB life cycle costing calculations and their formulas for you to understand. Those who are very concerned about that. Otherwise, you can get the understanding of here. I have given World Bank criteria. The principal VFM does not necessarily mean, right? All things you can read out. Net present value, World Bank thing. This is the one I am telling you. Rated type criteria. So I have given using World Bank document. They are normally used in RFP process, request for proposal. I mean, if you want to get life cycle costing, the document is also different, right? Rated criteria, how you can use, everything is I discussed. Right. Please look at, if you are really interested, please look at this area. And for more understanding, look at the World Bank original document also. If you go to internet, you can see here, count the total number of A, B, and C. I mean, all things we discuss in the class here. This one. Criteria. There are different criteria. A, B, C, D. How we rate them. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. I think weightages. All things we discuss, I don't have time to evaluate, discuss again everything, but yeah, this is evaluation technical score under different features. Score for each feature, there are different features. How we calculate this weightage and I mean, yeah, quite complicated, but those who are interested can look at. This is the World Bank formula I have used. But ultimately, similarly, you must give the combined marks, technical marks and price marks. This is the combined formula. I say COP low divided by C is a cost or price, whatever, into X. X is the percentage allocated for price. Say under life cycle costing, we are not allocating like quality and consultancy procurement. Normally it is 10 to 20, 10 or 20. But information systems, under information systems, we can allocate maximum 50 for price. Otherwise, it is not more than 20. Lowest price is above the dash line. The person the relevant price is, I mean, say B, A, or A's bid price into plus T is technical marks divided by technical highest. 1 minus X means if it is X is 20, technical marks is 80. If it is 10, technical marks is 90. If it is 50, technical marks is 50. Now this is the combined technical and financial scope, right? So I have given very comprehensive presentation. how we can calculate. I don't know whether you can remember. All we discussed. So here some examples using normal and normal bits and life cycle method here using urban bus, right? Look at that, all example. Okay, here also normal, same, but if you look at life cycle, different. Here is different. So all examples, right? Right. I don't want to discuss much on this because it's quite complicated. Merit point system and other method. Right. So if you are comfortable, if you are very familiar, I suggest those who are very keen can study the life cycle costing calculations and ready for a question. Not everybody can do that. I know that. Any question regarding this area? Okay. Then we discuss before the tools, I will go to principles. Here, it's a very important thing. I said you will definitely get a question regarding the bid valuation principles. So I have given all the principles, all right? Right, this is, I have given various cases applicable to principles, how to calculate, right, yeah, conversion, everything, domestic preference, everything we have given. Any question regarding this one? Because I earlier also mentioned about this one. It's a lengthy presentation. I'm telling you to be familiar with principle, not for your exam, only for your day-to-day evaluation work. If you know you are familiar with the principle, you have no problem at all. You can take correct decisions. Nobody can challenge. Even the World Bank or ADB, they will not challenge your decision as well as bidders. Bidders can challenge, but you can, if you have taken correct decision, no problem. Any question regarding this one, principle, if you are unclear? Otherwise, we can go to next. Any question? All right. Now go to tools. This is another presentation we did. Different tools. Here, when evaluating bids proposal, there are many factors to be considered, such as the price, quality, substantiality, innovation, risk, VFM, etc. As such, there should some tools or techniques to take into account. I said, how we consider this aspect, considering various tools. I think I have considered 4 tools, right? Metric analysis, rated type evaluation that we discussed, the World Bank and all. Risk assessment is a new area to you, and evaluation scorecard. Okay, metric analysis is an objective technique for evaluating options offering diverse range of attributes having dissimilar features. In procurement is a useful tool for evaluating bids because it allows the comparison of unlike features. For example, after sales service training, I mean, different bidders give different features. How you can, evaluate different features using metric analysis. It is objective in that it removes bias and prejudice from the decision process. So we said under metric, we have to give points here. You can read that big. We allocate marks under merit, under metric analysis. So this, there are 7 criteria or 7 factors, right? One is cost of eligible products and services. Cost is one. Experience, availability, minority business status, I mean SMEs, state preference, domestic preference, cost of ineligible product, project management experience or expertise. So we allocate marks. That is our bias decision anyway. So 40 and things like that. Here, vendor 1, 2, 3, 4. We say vendor 3 is the winning bidder because it has the highest total points. How much? He has got 94. 94 he has got. Other people, A got 81, B got 48. But vendor 4, we say vendor 4, all interested bidders receive 2 weeks notice of a required pre-bid conference. Vendor 4 did not attend this conference and did not provide a reason for its absence. So under this bidding document, we say pre-bid is a must, because if bidders are not participate for pre-bid, they will not understand the technicality and various criteria. Then that they have mentioned in the document is a reason for rejection. That's why they have rejected this. All 3 bidders have different features and they have given different marks based on their merit. So we have explained how they have given marks. I don't want to explain everything. How we use metrics and how define clear metrics and all, object, right? Indicators, everything we have discussed, right? So at the end of this presentation, what you should know is what are the different evaluation methods. Very briefly, you should be able to explain, but you can explain quite detailed one method, the question based on the question. I don't know what you should explain. Probably right examples I have given. Right, rated criteria I'm not going to discuss. We have already discussed in the life cycle costing, the same thing. Same thing here. Criteria and the criteria and how they have selected. All the things we discussed earlier. How we give the weightage here. They have given price 50%. The World Bank also recommend to give maximum 50% price for information systems. We also can follow, but still we have not given in this manual about 50% price weightage, but we have given 10 to 20 for other complex procurement. If you look at our manual, right? So rated, we discussed. I don't want to explain, but I want to explain you. Risk analysis, I think we have discussed. All are relevant to this one. No, where is the risk? I think we have given a separate presentation on risk, no? That is on planning. Not here, I think. No? Let's see. Evaluation scorecard is another thing. Yeah, risk. Yeah, risk. I don't explain that little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Risk assessment and risk management, we have discussed as a method of evaluation. I mean, I think we discuss a complete presentation under planning risk, how we calculate risk, and how to mitigate risk and things like that. Here we have given some information. We'll discuss that risk, right? It's another tool. Is the management of risk, uncertainty, and potential losses, failures, etc. So when we evaluate, we must look at the risk of failures, uncertainties, right? This is concerned with uncertainty. This is concerned with the possibility of loss and failures. Yes, I mean we evaluate bits assuming that is there's no risk actually normally. But if you look at the risk aspect, uncertainty, there may be risk, various risks. If you consider that as a tool, and our decision may be changed. Risk management is the discipline which deals with managing risk. What are the risks? The process of managing risk is follows. Define exposures, determine potential loss, identify available controls, assess effect and cost, take actions. Just remind that. Risk assessment. Define exposures. Under that, identify the risk, identify the hazard. Hazard is the element creating the risk. Example, fire. For example, say fire. If you look at our bidding document construction, anybody can tell me how we mitigate the risk of fire? It is there. Anybody? Our construction contract, even goods contract, we consider risk, loss. Using what?
Insurance.
Insurance.
Yes. Indemnity, insurance. So the bidder should get an insurance policy. What is the percentage of insurance policy? Supposing construction contract, his bid is 100 million. What is the insurance value he should give? It is also there in the document. 110, right? If you look at works contract. So that is one way to mitigate the risk during construction. That may be flood. Then everything will maybe wash out. And that should be covered from insurance. Even goods imported, they should get an insurance certificate. We discussed under Incoterms. Can you remember CIF? Cost, insurance, and freight. His price should include insurance cost also. That's called CIF. That means if something happened during the voyage, during the transportation, the purchaser can claim from the insurance company because the insurance policy is taken by the supplier. His cost included insurance cost also. All right. identify the perils, dangers, threats in addition to risk, perils. Perils are the underlying causes, say naked flames, welding, etc. I mean, due to that, I think hazard plus perils are source of risk. Then, if there is no peril identifiable, example, no combustible material, then there is no risk source. Some examples of source of risk are natural hazard, always there, man-made hazard, right? Man-made disasters, human deliverable, deliberate hazard, and people vandalism and things, social, political hazard, progressive deterioration, wrong judgment, human errors, whatever, there are maybe risk. Potential loss. The potential loss, so impact of depend upon the incidents, probability of the perils occurring and severity, the degree of damage resulting or whatever we have defined. So we have given this diagram also. Potential loss equals incident probability into the severity value, degree of damage. Those are theory. So risk management control, that is another point. How to prevent and how to reduce the loss. So various points we have given, and segregation, action which reduces dependence upon a single asset. Various points are there. Contractual transfers, for risk control, responsible for performing activities transferred to another entity. For risk financing, the financial burden of losses is transferred to another entity. So various things we discuss under this risk management to contract and bid evaluation control. So whatever it is, what I here I am not asking a very serious things under risk, but under planning we have a separate risk. Definitely you get a question from risk from the planning module. Here, if you are comfortable with different tools, is sufficient. If you can explain, at least from short notes, I don't know, but I am telling you. So you can read out and understand the different tools. Okay, we'll see what are the other things. Now go to procurement decision making. This is basically bid evaluation. Okay, that is same thing, I think, decision making, Open University, Sunet has given. So same thing, I think, repetition, technical compliance, I don't think much additional things you can get out from here. So I have given more comprehensive presentation, report, everything, right? I don't think you can get additional points from here. I don't worry about that. Okay, now go to decision making of general one. We'll look at that. I didn't read earlier. Procurement decision making. What Mr. Kamaladasa maybe? Yeah, Nishanta Kamaladasa. I'm telling you, he has discussed the general principles of decision making. We'll see. I don't know what question he might give you, but I just look at this. Identify the problems we want to address. Find the causes. Decide the strategy. all are general management, right? The greatest mistake we humans make in our relationship, we listen half, understand quarter, think zero, react double. That is saying application for procurement, listen half, do not collect all the data. Okay. Understand quarter, do not validate or interpret. Think zero, no analysis or synthesis is used to create information. Few symptoms captured but not real, react double. Read sure of our decision. Repent 10 times. We do repent when we take wrong decisions. Never learn, yes, but really learn. That is all his management theory. Things I don't want to explain this because he must have explained. I don't know. This is for your general understanding. I don't want to go into detail because he is a very expert person on left and right brain. Left right brain. He has written some books also. I know him. We work together. So left brain is a logical things. Divide the subject into small parts. Each individual part taken separately, analysis and depth. Right brain add individual part to the big picture. Yeah, that is a good thing. Look at the whole picture. Total picture, taking interrelationship among parts, synthesis and why with. Okay, that is his. He is an expert on this area. I don't want to discuss. I don't know actually. Photocopy home printer. What is this? Okay, we'll see. Look at this. Photocopier home printer. Analysis for client. Analysis for synthesis context. Purchasing cost, operational cost, maintenance and replacement cost, quality, speed, etc. All are we consider. Okay, for when we purchase things. What is this synthesis context? What are the different users and what is the major user? That's a good point. How many prints at a time in a day, in a month, in a year? How important given the proximity to alternatives? How long will it be used given the organization strategy? I think that part is a good point actually. This analysis or synthesis we must use at the planning. Can you remember I discussed about the procurement what do you call this need analysis. Can anybody remember? So I said in the need analysis, if somebody, I'm the organization, people ask printers or various computers and things, and the PMD now, PMD should look at from the total point of view. What type of usage you are taking from the laptop? Say for typing, I said no need of purchasing a very high resolution computers. Or sometimes the PMD people can reduce the demand of computers and printers using network printing, for example, rather than purchasing printers. Those points we can derive from his right brain thinking. But in our context, that is procurement need analysis, right? It is a stage of the procurement planning. So these points are okay. Identifying problems. Okay, I don't want. Major steps he has mentioned. Why? Identify the problem we want to address or the opportunity we want to use. Yeah, need identification is a good point. So we identify the need. find the cause, dig deep before jump into the conclusion, right? Decision, the strategy, create alternatives, yes, all are relevant. Analyze the alternatives, select the best, select the procurement method, evaluate. Okay, this point also relevant under procurement need analysis, need assessment. So everybody is asking many things, right? But our budget is limited, right? So somebody should look at their requirement critically and see what is the best alternative we can suggest, right? For example, every section, if we ask, what do you want for the next year, 2025, everybody say we need printers, for example. Finance division, admin division, planning, everybody is asking, assume, right? So if we don't think much, what we can do is we can prepare specification and buy 3 printers to admin division and finance division and planning, for example, right? But what is the cost? The printer, the very high resolution printer may be high cost, and also the big operational cost, current and various things. But if you look at that need critically, we can, why not suggest to have a network printer and give the access to all 3 divisions, keep in one place. That is a good decision. All the things are important, right? That is a strategy or alternative. We can think of that. So all these points we can relevant at the discuss under procurement need assessment stage. Then only we can plan. Rather than purchasing 3 printers, we buy 1 printer. So basically, procurement need assessment is reduce the demand of procurement rather than increase the procurement. So all things we discuss in our new guideline and manual, and we are going to implement, because those strategies we have discussed in the new manual. The BMD has a bigger role to play. Right, anyway, you are silent. Please ask questions. What do you think about this? Special need assessment, but this is not relevant here under planning module, but it's a good point. I think Mr. Kamaldas also raised. Anybody can comment on that? No comments? So he has given step by step. Is a good thing, right? You can do for normal decision making. I think it's a good, these slides are important for your general decision making. I think this presentation should have gone to managerial subject rather than procurement. Good thing. These all problem analysis all are relevant to. Here this decision trap, that is we use for life cycle costing. Here is an iceberg. Only the tip we can see. The major part is under the water, we cannot see. So that the same concept we use for life cycle costing. If you don't consider operational cost, future cost, and considering only the acquisition cost, I mean that decision is wrong, right? From management point of view also, we can ensure that don't mix up symptoms with disease. Yes, don't mix up effect tip of the iceberg with cause iceberg. Yeah, this is the real iceberg. If you look at the purchasing price, if the purchasing price is low, we take. Sometimes we are in danger. Sometimes, for example, some printers, we buy printers at a low cost. Say, especially the what do you call this printing? What is the latest one? But their cartridges are very expensive, right? So if you use 2 years, 3 years, cartridge price is very huge cost. Such if you look at the life cycle cost, at least a printer is a small thing, but if you look at the maintenance cost, cartridge cost at least, sometimes the printing, the electricity is high in some cases. Whatever, your idea will be changed. I just look at that, the SWOT analysis also to understand your problems, opportunities, and all creative solutions. Okay, that is good for your general management and or general understanding also is a good thing. Okay, those are all management things I don't want to discuss, and I am not the person to discuss also. Okay, now we basically discuss what we have done during the decision making module. We have done 1, 2, 3, 7 presentation. Yeah. Are you familiar? Are you comfortable with this studies presentations? Do you have any question to ask? Very specific question if we are unclear areas we discussed now. I think you can get some idea about your how to prepare for your exam also. Any additional question you want to ask? Please ask.
Sir,
Yeah.
it's a great help for us. What are the areas that questions come
Yeah.
for the exam?
Yeah, actually, those are the things I discussed. Give some hint because questions are based on your presentation. Number one. So if you look at the presentations, you yourself can assess. And I also told something. I can't give the exact question to you, but some areas for from introductory lecture and part 2 evaluation, I gave some hints for you to prepare, right? So evaluation process and evaluation principles, detailed evaluation steps and how we do and various things, right? Number one. And then we discussed the different evaluation methods, especially I said the life cycle costing is a very good method. Rated criteria is used for life cycle costing is a complex, formulas are there, other methods are there. That is another area. And tools, methods also we discuss, right? Various methods and tools we discuss. And under tools, risk management also there. And those are the areas. Basically, this is the evaluation. This module generally ask the questions relating to bid evaluation. Various evaluation methods, activities, tools, processes, principles, right? Those are the things, nothing else. You all are familiar with that. I think I have given very comprehensive presentations. You study and we discuss some case studies. Sometimes if you get a case study, for example, you should be able to resolve that one using the principles. That is another hint I can give you. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Is this exam on-site exams or online exam?
I don't know. I will ask from Naduni.
Okay, sir.
Naduni, are you there? I think you have to come personally to the exam, not online. I don't know. You ask from Naduni, eh?
Okay,
Perhaps,
sir.
yeah,
Right.
maybe earlier open book exam also there. I don't know this time. Please ask. I don't know much about that. I'll ask from Madhuni. Okay, she's not answering anyway. I will ask from her and I will tell you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we discuss the planning module. Please look at the planning sessions, especially I think we have discussed again different sessions. Yeah, she's answering. Hello, Naduni. Naduni, participants are asking how we are going to conduct the exam, on-site exam or online exam.
Yes, already clear the online exam.
Online. Online, that means
online open book supervised exam.
no supervision then, no?
No. Supervised. Online open book supervised. You can invigilators in the exam.
Okay, but online not at home.
Home, sir. Home. After online, Zoom again,
කැමරක ඔක්කලා ලියනවා. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට open books නේ කෂ්ට නැහැ නේද? Okay, now you understand, right? And Naduni,
Yes,
please
sir.
convey that message to participants, right? Okay. Right, clear. Right, thank you so much, Naduni. Okay. Right, now it is online and open book, right? Okay. So when you are answering open book exam, don't try to repeat the same thing from the note and as your answer. I mean, if we have the understanding, it's no harm. Some people, if we have not read the material properly and without considering the sequence and all, just copying, and that is not a good thing. So open book is okay, no problem. But that's why I'm always telling, when you are doing an evaluation, you have no open book evaluation. Everything should be in your mind, principles and applications, etc. So similar methods, similar patterns you have to apply. Anyway, you can get more details from the university, the exam instructions. Okay, any question you have regarding? Otherwise, I will wind up, close, and we'll meet tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Good
Thank
night,
you
sir.
very much,
Right,
sir.
sir, thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.